Hey, how's it going? Back again with another ARC video. The last video was talking about the reaction to the trailer that ARC brought out for the Unreal Engine 5.5 update and Astraeos and the 10-year celebration, anniversary celebration. So we've still got, that was like 5.5 hours ago and it was already delayed. It's still due to be out in another 40 minutes. I was recording of this, so chances are it might be out before this video gets published, but we're just going to have a quick look through the patch notes. Reacted to the trailer earlier. So just basically like talking about the upgrade and then into the actual patch notes. They're saying that the event is now live, which it's not because the update hasn't been done. So they added down just a drop through. How about Club Arc got a new tropical makeover? We saw that in the trailer. And how they gone from Unreal Engine 5.2 to 5.5, which we knew that was going to happen anyway. So we're going to just go down how the individual DLC maps are able to be installed and uninstalled separately from the base game, which I'm guessing if there's certain maps that you have zero interest in playing, at least now you don't have to clog up your storage with extra maps that you're not going to be using. So added single player backups, added a new performance only graphics on the PC, which boosts frame rates at the cost of visual quality. Dino quality of life. So the wild dino and tame creatures will look around curiously, and wild creatures will sometimes play animations. So they expect to go around like that. Then I'm sure it's just how originally when ASA came out, they said that the dinos were going to be smarter, especially with the routes that they took. So instead of like standing on a cliff and tranking a dino out, it would actually go around and try and get you. So I'm guessing this is just more of the same, that they're just trying to add kind of more extra bits to the dinos. The egg incubator is back. Structure pieces, so new thatch structures. So it's mostly doors and double doorways, cellar doors, half beams, slope walls, staircases, all that sort of stuff. So there's 30 thatch structures, wood, stone, and metal. 30 again, including half beams, half pillars. Just different variants of the beam and pillar. Quarter ramps, quarter roofs, quarter stair, ramp, corner. Yeah, so corners and ramps and shallow sloped walls. Okay, and adobe and tech, 22 pieces. Once again, railings, beams, quarter roofs, ramps, quarter ramps, stairs, and sloped walls. And Bob's Tall Tales, Frontier Showdown, Steampunk Ascendant, and Wasteland War, 30 pieces, which is once again just going to be the skins to go onto the structures that you already have mentioned above that we've updated. They have. So they fixed the crash that could occur during the Extinction Ascension cinematic. Fixed ground conforming issues. So this is just the fixes part of the thing. Creatures and saddles. Aquatic trait from appearing on flyers. The join last session sometimes not working as intended. I've noticed that myself, so it's good that they fixed that, because otherwise you just have to keep searching for your server, don't you? Drop on the creature when its inventory is slop, or when the player's inventory is slop capped. I hadn't come across that myself. Flickering on lights of structures, water flickering after transferring a character. Snow Owl's dive bomb impact midair with a companion equipped. Visual issues with the preview window while painting a structure. Pyroman not being doused from touching water after teleporting out of a vacuum chamber. Visual artifact when using a spyglass and a scuba helmet. Industrial cooking pot gaming water without irrigation. In all fairness, anyone that's played, if they were having that issue with the bug, I'd say they weren't too complaining too much about that one, because that one looks quite helpful. Inability to rotate on the spot with a Tuso. Okay, so the Tuso turns better. Reaper and Basilisk berry mounts not matching the terrain. Okay, so they'll look like they're actually part of the terrain instead of being sticking out like a sore thumb. Biogrinder not providing mutton when grinding the ovis. Okay. Extinction sunken forest location where creatures would spawn in the mesh. Okay, it's not good to have wild creatures spawn in the mesh, especially when they should be on the map. Makes lakes missing water on extinction. Holes leading to the mesh on extinction. Note number 28 on extinction being under the mesh. So survivor not under the mesh. Textures on extinction missing. Water post process appearing erroneously on extinction. I'm not 100% sure what that means, to be honest with you. Titan's node visual effects appearing missing. Cases where the battle rig was syncing to the mesh on server restart. Client crash when entering photo mode after firing a battle rig flight seeker missile turret. Visual issue with some of the wasteland structure skins. Fix the cooldown on training. Sometimes getting messed up on Manic Mars after transferring to a different server. Several creatures that were unable to base on platforms. Fixed short player characters' legs deforming when walking or running up slopes. Okay. So just once again, just a visual one there. Lot of issues on various animated series pack character skins. Once again, just a visual for skins. Animated quest skin, blade hive visual. So visuals, visual. Tech force field sometimes appear to have multiple layers. Once again, that probably just a visual thing. Another visual with the level up animation on the Phoenix. Delivery crates balloon not visually inflating. Once again, visual. Charge lanterns material breaking when painted. So you couldn't paint a charge lantern without it breaking. Okay. Missing visual effects for heat cooldown in some places on the railgun. Visual issue with the Overseer's boulder in the Megapithecus phase. Fixed several exploits. Don't get into detail what they were, but they fixed them. Several client crashes and several further server crashes. So that's the fixes. So now we're on to the new additions. So the Astraeos official release version 0.0.6. So the new additions. So they've added a new landmass. So basically a new island, I'm guessing, called Lamonicus. So it's a massive new area with big, cold, and warm areas, beaches, redwoods, mountain ranges, temples, new caves, and other exciting areas await you. So we knew the redwoods were coming anyway. So that's a very welcome for the astraeos or astraeos map, whatever way you have it yourself. So there's also a new area called the Maelstrom. There's new, bigger, and smaller caves. Added an aberration fertile cave, including gas veins, green gems, and aberrant fertile biome creatures like the Carcanos and the Cosmo. So you don't have to go all the way to Ab anymore now for the Carcanos and Cosmo. First double mini boss, the Caledonius and Ermanthian. The terminal can be found on Lemurkos. So we've got a mini boss. As opposed to just going to fight, what was it, Medusa and something else, I think it was. Added clay piles for harvesting clay, astral direwolf, which is good, because the more astral dinos the better, personally, because realistically you should be able to get like a boss, like an alpha version of all the animals eventually. Personally, that's what I think anyway, because like, yeah, I know it would be ridiculous, but imagine going down the thing, there's like an Astro Dodo or an Astro Lystro. Like, especially for early level players, then it'd be good for them. Added gas veins all over Thorodicus. So, once again, it's from basically like I'm guessing it's going to be like you can gather the congealed gas balls. And then the changes. Adjusted grass clutter meshes on high distance, glass clutter density on close distance. I can't speak for some reason. Grass clutter colors, boss fight tribute description, cedar tree colors, adjusted lightning, and right, remade the temperature curve on the whole map. So I'm guessing that there's different areas you're overheating or you're being too cold, and you might go from being too cold 1 second to being too hot the next. Dinosaurus drops the same loot as Red Swamp Cave drops. Okay. Megalodon drops the same loot as Yellow Underwater Cave drops. Mosasaur. Oh, these are the astral versions, by the way. Mosasaur now drops the same loot as Red Underwater Cave drops, and the Astral Tuso now drops the same loot as Red Underwater Cave drops. Um, Lightning creatures are now immune to spike wall damage to prevent AFK from farming. That's fair enough. And then fixes, they fix mesh holes, fix post process volume issues, physical volume issues, fix a ton of technical issues with materials, fix the missing foliage at some places on Therokus Plus. So yeah, so that's just basically the new thing. So the biggest thing that I gathered from that there is, beside the fact that you have some new structures, which it's going to be great, especially if you're into the building, because more options you have for building, the better. The egg incubator as well is going to come in handy for a lot of people, especially if they're not on a modded server that does that sort of thing for them. The dinos, the tamed, the wild and tiny creatures looking around curiously. That it's not a huge difference, but it'll be interesting to see what it's like. But the main thing, personally, is the astraeos added things. So the Lemnokis, the Maelstrom, and the obviously the aberration area is good, but these two, the Kylodonis and the Irmanthian, whatever it is, an extra kind of mini boss fight. So that's always good. Obviously, Harvesting Clay, the Astral Direwolf, and the Mammoth and all that are good as well. But yeah, so although there's some good bits coming, it's just a shame that they couldn't deliver on time again. And hopefully, we're literally supposed to be what date today? The 5th. So we're like 13 days away from the RAG update. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll actually deliver on that, considering that should have been it. Excuse me. Considering that should have been out a couple of days ago, on June 2nd when they originally released it, and this was supposed to be out in March, this update, I believe. Well, the 5.5 part of it anyway. So yeah, so hopefully they'll deliver on the RAG update, and that's it. Yeah, so basically, if you are interested in playing Ark, you're looking for a server, join the Mfunk server. It's a modded PvP cluster. It's the link for the Discord is in the description. Just search Mfunk on the thing looking for servers. It'll come up, and yeah, just come in, join in, see what it's like. If you're interested, hang around and stay there. If you're not, then that's cool. You can go find a different server if you want, or you can suggest how we can make it better. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, take it easy. Bye.